Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. I thought I'd take a few minutes before work to bring you a quick video on tips on how to learn the tarot. I've been reading tarot for about 25-30 years, and when I first started, I was completely overwhelmed by the system. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a very specific 78 card system, and once you pick up that deck and start looking through the cards, you're going to be like, wow, how am I going to learn all of this? So I'm going to give you a few tricks on how to make that process a little bit easier and to make your tarot journey a little bit more fun. All right, tip number one, get yourself 2 decks. You're going to get yourself a good study beginner deck. Robin Wood or Morgan Greer both have beginner study decks that actually have the meanings of the cards written on the picture. So that's going to make a good study guide, almost a flashcard system, if you will. That way you have those things in front of you and you don't have to continually flip back and forth between a book, which can be a bit distracting. So get yourself a good study deck. Your second deck is going to be a deck that you personally vibe with, that you like the artwork, there's something about it that draws you to it. That's going to be your second deck. That's going to be the deck that you eventually graduate to, if you will. So it has to be something that feels good to you. So take your time when locating that second deck and really do your research. You can go online and find pictures of specific decks, all the cards within that deck. You can find YouTube videos with somebody doing a review or flip through. So don't be afraid to research your deck before you buy it. And don't be afraid to purchase more than 2 decks. I can't even tell you how many decks I have at this point. But there are maybe 2 or 3 specific decks that I use regularly when I'm reading for clients. Those are my go-to decks. That's what works for me. That's what my intuition works with. So don't be afraid to find something that is very specific to you. Tip number 2. This is the part that everybody hates. Study. And then when I say study, I mean study each and every card, the meaning behind each and every card, the suit that it corresponds to, the meanings, and all of that. You're not going to pick up a deck and open it and then magically all of this spiritual knowledge is going to come filtering through your brain. It does not work like that. Learning the tarot system requires actual physical study. People talk about intuitives and this, that, and the other, and psychic abilities, and blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I don't care how psychic you are or how intuitive you are. You need to sit down and you need to study that system. If you want to be a proficient reader, you have to study it. Plain and simple. There is no shortcuts around that. That's what needs to be done. All right. Part of learning that, tip number 3, is going to be learning keywords. Learning take your starter deck and you're going to see all of that little information written down there. Pull like 3 keywords from that and memorize those keywords and that card. Once you're able to do that, you're halfway there. You're halfway to the end. All right, tip number 4. Start with simple layouts. I've talked to beginning tarot readers who jump right in from learning the tarot into really huge expanded layouts like the Celtic Cross, the Zodiac, Wheel of the Year. I mean, huge layouts when you don't really know the cards that well and you're not really proficient is kind of like shoot yourself in the foot. So start simple. Start with 1 card layout, 2 card layout, 3 card layout, yes and no answers. So keep it simple at the beginning. Number 5, I think. Practice, practice, practice. And practicing means that, aside from the study part, practice by doing random flips. Like at night, sit down and open up your deck, pull a card out, flip it out, and interpret its meaning right there on the spot. So practice that by doing random flips, and taking notes on what that card means. 6, use your intuition combined with your book knowledge. That is going to be most important if you really want to become adept at not only reading the tarot system, but also oracles, Lenormands, any of those other things. Use your intuition and combined with your book knowledge. Number 7, I think I may have talked about this earlier. Keep a journal, keep a notebook. That is going to help you to have that physical thing that you can open up and go back to, something that you can take with you and study over the course of time. All right, once you become proficient, you have your knowledge, you feel comfortable with the tarot, and you start doing your layouts, and you start doing your layouts for your friends and family and for yourself, you gotta understand, we're not always right. Never, never, never assume that how you've interpreted the cards is always correct. The cards don't lie. However, how we interpret it and the spin that we put on it can lean you one way or the other. So you have to be a little bit more objective and a little more realistic. And the fact that, you know what, as a reader, you have your off days. We all do. Number 9. This is my big pet peeve with people who are coming into the tarot and learning how to do the tarot, is that they become addicted to readings. It's really important to understand that the tarot is a tool. It's a guidepost, a guideline. It helps to improve our life, but you cannot base every decision in your life on whether or not the tarot cards say yes or no. I do not recommend you read for yourself every day. It's not a good practice. It's just not good. This is my own personal opinion. I don't read for myself. I read for my clients, occasionally my family, here and there, but don't become addicted to reading for yourself. Number 10, you are going to, as you progress, you're going to develop your own style. You're going to develop your own system. You're going to find a layout that you feel good with, and you're going to adapt it. You're going to tweak it. You're going to change it. Don't be afraid to do that. I personally use a tweaked out version of the Celtic Cross when I do readings for clients. It's a layout that I'm comfortable with, that I've adapted to myself, for myself. Don't be afraid to do that. Now, tip 11 is really important, especially when you begin reading for other people. There are going to be layouts that are going to be extremely dark, that have a lot of negative connotations attached to them. The important and responsible part of you being a reader is that no matter how negative the cards say or seem, you need to end the reading on a positive note. You need to end the reading so that the client, when they leave, or your friend, when they leave, they feel good. They feel like, okay, I have a direction. I know which way to go. So always end the reading on a positive note. Sidebar, you never tell people they're cursed. You never tell people they're gonna die. You don't give people the lottery numbers, and you generally don't give them information that is going to scare them. There are readers out there who use that fear factor to try and manipulate people into giving them money. It does happen. It's unfortunate. A responsible reader doesn't do that, and you want to be a responsible reader. You want to be a reader that people look up to and respect. So always end your reading on a positive note. And finally, number 12, have fun. If you're not enjoying what you're doing and the tarot has become a burden, or you're reading for people and you're feeling overwhelmed, don't do it. I mean, seriously, why pick up a tarot deck or an oracle deck or a Lenormand deck and start reading for people if you don't enjoy it? Have fun with it. You know, the tarot is like anything else. You can laugh, you can joke, you can brighten up someone's day. So I hope that the things that I've talked about maybe will help guide you a little bit in the direction that you need to go when you're learning the tarot. And I hope y'all have a great day. And if you enjoyed this video, like or subscribe, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.